Alright, I'm going to be doing a video on Long Island audit. This Sean, he goes around the country and he does First Amendment audits, and I support him completely. I will promote his channel as much as I can by subscribing to his channel. The one thing I've known, and this takes a lot of guts to go into these public buildings, and he emphasizes that it's his constitutional right to go in public places, and he has a right to film, and that's right. And what's great about this, I think, is surprising, is these police officers, they're always up his butt all the time. And I mean, I wouldn't do it myself. We're going to play a video of his latest one that he just did, and you'll notice that the cops are really aggressive and all this, and that's just the way cops are. They're always. I've had dealings with cops for a long time, and they are very aggressive. I'm not saying all cops, okay, but a majority of the ones I've had dealings with are very aggressive, and them talking about having your hand in your pocket. It's a paranoia thing that the police have about you having your hands in your pocket. They think it's a threat to them and all that. I don't know if that's what they teach them in the police academy. I don't know what it is, but my dealings with the police is they don't like dealing with the public, period, and they don't like it when people are filming them, despite the fact that they've got these body cameras. They don't like their job. There's a lot of police officers that quit their job, and they obviously don't like their job because the way they treat the public, the ones that I've dealt with. Gone are the days of the Andy Griffith and Barney Five type police officers, or Car 54, where are you type police officers. Those days are long gone. Okay, the small town sheriff, police officers, they may be good police officers, and like I said, I'm not speaking for the small time police officers, because they might be a little bit more friendly. I mean, personally, I wouldn't film police. That's just my dealings with the police, because there's been a lot of police officers that are very anal about everything there is, and they're always up people's butts. And I just like it when someone gets under their nerves, or really gets their goat, so to speak. I like the way Sean, and it's really funny. He doesn't ask for them to come up to him. They just naturally come up to him, because the police have got, like I said, they have a power trip. And anytime you go near a police station, I found this out to be the case, and this is just me not filming the police. They like to ask, what are you doing here, and what are you doing here? What's the purpose of you being here? And even though we the public own the police department and all this, they have this very aggressive, especially the Alcoa Police Department, Alcoa, Tennessee Police Department. And Sean, you need to do a review on the Alcoa Police Department. If you do come to Alcoa, I want to go with you. And when you film the Alcoa Police, go in there, and I'll tell you, I'd like to see what the reaction is, because I went to pay for some gasoline not too long ago, several years ago, and this attendant didn't want to take my money, and I paid them in pennies, which is legal tender. So I complained to the Alcoa Police Department, and they said they can't make them where they have to accept the pennies. And anytime I've had dealings with the Alcoa Police Department, they're just complete dicks. They're complete dicks. And if you deal with Alcoa Police Department, I guarantee you, they do not like people going up there and everything. Evidently, they go to dickhead school, you know, and to become a dick, at least at that police department, you know, and that's just the way they are. They're very aggressive, and the Knoxville Police Department is kind of that way as well. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them in the Knoxville Police Department has got this little dickhead power trip bullshit mentality. But the Alcoa Police Department, I mean, I'm just telling you right now, they're absolute dicks, when they deal. They don't know how to deal with the public. They like dealing with the public in a very aggressive type way. And it would be interesting if you actually would go up there and go in the police department and film and see. And I'd like to see what their reaction would be, you know. And they'd say, "Well, our policy, we can't allow you to film in here and all this other stuff." And you went to all these different police departments in different places, and which it takes a big set of balls to go into these places and film. And it's our constitutional right to do that. I wouldn't do it myself. If I was to do it myself, I would just do it. I would do what you said, you know. I would just take one of these secret cameras that's hidden in glasses and go and film it. If I wanted to film someone, because, you know, and I say, hey, this is the dickhead. But they don't like it. They don't like it when people film them, because it shows how weak they are mentally, because they're mental midgets is what they are mentally, not in stature, but mentally they're retards, and they don't want people to see how mental retarded they are in some of these police departments, because they don't, like I said, they don't know how to deal with the public. And I stay the hell away from the police as much as I can. I obey the laws of the land, but I do my own policing. You know, I stay the hell away from it as much as I can. You know, they stay away from me, and we'll be fine. And I obey the laws of the land. I don't break any laws or anything like that. I just want them to stay the hell away from me. You know, I realize we have to have police and all that, but a lot of these cops need to, and you know, a lot of these cops need to stop screwing with people. You know. And they wouldn't have a lot of people hating them and everything. I didn't say I hated cops or hated police. I never said that. But I'm telling you, I stay the hell away from them myself, because I've had some bad dealings with the police. I don't deal with the police unless I absolutely had to deal with them. And I'm not going to ask the police to ask their permission to defend myself. If someone comes up and attack me, I'm not going to call the police and say, hey, someone attacked me, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do what I want to when I want to. You know, I answer to God upstairs. That's it. And like I said, that's only because the way they treat people. And you're going to see a classic example in this video. You're going to see a classic example of how the cops deal with the public. When he has a right, and they say, well, this is private property, which is public property, you know, and you're going to see how much this police department are acting like a bunch of dicks, and they are. They're a bunch of dicks. Watch this.
Today we're at the Motor Vehicle Commission here in Rahway, New Jersey. We're here today, as always, to peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, and to ensure that our public servants recognize our rights and treat us with respect. Let's get into it. So over here is another Motor Vehicle Commission building. This is the road test building. You can see everybody here lining up for their road test. There's somebody coming this way.
You can't record them. You're recording.
Yeah.
And not record. There's a sign right here.
Yeah, I saw the sign.
Turn it off, please.
Who are you?
I'm the supervisor. Turn it off, please.
Supervisor for what? for the motor vehicle.
Turn it off. I'm gonna get security.
Turn it off.
You can get whoever you want, ma'am. Why are you getting so upset?
Turn it off.
Excuse me, ma'am. Why are you getting so upset? Wow.
That's typical.
She was upset. As long as I've been doing what I'm doing, ladies
Sean,
and
they're
gentlemen.
dipshits. You can't talk to these people. I'm telling you, Sean. There's no talking to them.
Why they're so triggered over a camera. It makes 0 sense. Absolutely no sense here. Who are you?
I'm an officer.
Officer
and I
what?
work here. Officer Gonzalez.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to be
Officer
on the phone.
Gonzalez, you know, I could
Get a
use
taco.
little less of that
Eat a taco.
attitude you got
She's
there.
telling you to
You're
stop
acting a little bit
respect.
extra. Yeah,
Respect what she's telling you.
okay.
Do you
How does
know
that?
here? Are you gonna take a test?
How does respect equate into what I'm doing?
Because she's telling you to turn the phone off.
And I'm all right. So think about your logic here, Officer Gonzalez. I can tell you respectfully, just go about your way and go back to doing your job.
This is my job. This is private property.
Your job is not to tell me what to do.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not.
private property.
That's no. Your job is not to tell me what to do. Your job is to do whatever it is else you're supposed to do. I'm not sure what your job
It goes
entails.
with it.
To tell me what to do? No.
Not to, you're in private property though.
This is not private
She's
property.
telling you not to turn the phone off. What you was recording?
I'm recording everything that I can. Anything that I can.
Are you taking a test or somebody else is taking a
Well,
test?
I don't have to answer those questions. You guys are both, coming at me with it's real. You guys are being disrespectful, not me.
No, you being disrespectful. She's telling you. She's a
But I don't have to listen to her, and respectfully, I don't have to listen to you or her, ma'am. I don't.
You want me to call Broadway Police then?
You can call whoever you like. Yeah, I don't have to listen to them either. No, the police are not going to come and get me. I don't have to listen to them either,
What
ma'am.
are you recording then? I mean, honestly, what are you recording?
You right now.
Yeah, you have to respect what she's telling you.
I don't. I don't have to respect her, especially when she's telling me something that I don't have to do.
What did she tell you?
She told me to stop recording.
What is you doing here?
But that's like me telling you anything. I would
I'm
never.
asking
I
you,
would
what
never
is she
dare.
doing here?
I would never dare. At this point, I don't want to answer any questions. At this point, because
you
of the
taking
way,
the test?
because of the way you both have came up to me and treated me. I don't want to answer any questions at this time, ma'am.
Are you taking a test?
I told you I don't want to answer any questions,
Take the
ma'am.
test?
I just told you I don't want to answer any
Just call the
questions.
Broadway Police if you don't want to.
You can. I mean, ma'am, I'm not scared of the police. The police are here to protect and serve me. So, that's their job description. She made good on her promise to call local law enforcement.
Check out this cop, this female cop. Up here.
So
She's
let's
gonna-
see if they educate her
She's gonna act
on
like a bitch.
constitutional rights or not. Hopefully that's the case.
There's a blonde chick.
How you doing, sir?
What's going on?
Hey, how are you? Good. Good.
What's happening?
Nothing. Just taking some pictures and video, and Officer Gonzalez and some other people seem to not like that a lot. So
Well, this is private property, sir.
this is not private property.
This is private property.
This is not private property.
Yes, it is private property.
It's not private property.
It is
I did it. I looked up the surveys before I came here, and this is not private property. No, the state. This is owned by the state of New Jersey, which means that it's.
Which is private property.
You're saying that the state.
Motor vehicle is part of this private property.
No, it's owned by the state, which means that it's public property, sir.
It's
I
not
think
public
that's
property.
ridiculous that you would say that this is private property when it's
This
owned by
is
the.
private property.
It's who's it owned by?
It's
The
owned by
state.
yes.
Okay,
But
so
so you saying any place in the state you could go there? You
yeah,
could go there?
any state any state property that's not restricted, yeah, I can go
She's
there.
saying it's against their policy for anybody to
So, man, let me get this straight. This doesn't make any sense because Officer Gonzalez, you call him because I'm in supposed. Okay, the supervisor called him because I'm in supposed violation of a policy. You're not policy enforcement, sir, right? You don't enforce policies. You're law enforcement.
Yes.
I'm not breaking any laws.
Well, this is private property. That's why.
This is not private property. It's scary that you would think that this is private property, sir. Really. Can I get your name and badge number, please?
Yes, right here with us. Yeah.
Withers?
Yes.
Thank you. Hi, how are you, ma'am?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. Can I get your name and badge number, please?
Sure, I'm Officer Maloney. Can you take your hands out of your pockets for my safety?
Oh, my hand in my pocket's not not for your
Yes, it
safety.
is. It's for my safety, sir. Can you
It's
take
a little
your
chilly
hands
out here. I don't have any weapons on me.
Sir, okay, can you check them? Because I don't know.
You cannot just check me. You can't do that. You can't go in my pockets. I don't consent to searches or seizures. Hey,
So take your hands out of your pockets.
you can't tell me to take my hands out of my pocket. What? It's not against the law to keep my hand in my pocket. It's cold out here. It's a little
I don't
windy
know
out
if you have a
here.
weapon.
I don't.
Show me
I'm
your
telling you I
hands.
don't. I'm not gonna show you my hands, man, because it doesn't. That's not against the law. You can't just search people. What's wrong with you?
Power trip, bitch. Hey, look,
Officer
you get a taco.
Maloney just trying to go in my pockets. That's an illegal search. Rahway Police. Insane. Can I speak to a supervisor, please?
Yes, we gonna call him.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We gotta get out, sir? If you don't mind, just back up, let us get out.
So that's how the Rahway Police Department trains their officers to just go up to people.
Right, can I have a supervisor?
Just go up to people, law-abiding citizens, and say, take your hands out of your pocket. And when I refuse to take my hands out of my pocket, they automatically,
YouTube, I guess?
it can go wherever.
Yeah, I know. That's what I figure you do.
It goes
You're one
wherever.
of those guys that try to record cops or whatever, put it on YouTube,
I-
Instagram, and
I didn't
everything.
call you here.
Nice.
I didn't call you here.
Nice. That's what you do to
And you shouldn't, and you shouldn't have any problem with a man exercising his right.
Just don't mean a motor vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, the motor vehicle, but sir, your
So what do we got on
logic,
YouTube?
Fat Albert.
I don't know. But all I know is that is a problem. That officer's actions is a problem. You can't just go up into somebody's pockets. You can't do that. She tried to. You tried to. If I didn't, I backed away. It doesn't matter. You have a weapon. So you have a weapon. You have a taser and a gun.
The what?
You do,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
You all have weapons. You all have weapons here. You all have weapons here. Except me. I'm the only one without a weapon. I'm the one with the camera. You guys are terrified.
I have a gun with you also.
Yeah. Should I be terrified of you because you're recording? Ridiculous.
Am I supposed to be terrified of you?
Yeah, you are terrified of me because you tried to go in my pockets. I didn't try and go in your pockets. You tried to go in my pockets.
Well, I don't know what you have in your pocket.
Hey, Sergeant. How are you, Sarge? Hey, Sarge. If I can speak to you for a minute.
He wants
Thank
to
you.
get his hands out of his pocket. I don't know
Well,
what
that you got to do for my safety. And if
Sir.
you want to speak to me, take your hand out of your pocket so I know I'm safe and you're safe.
But, sir, you have 5
I don't
officers
care.
here.
That doesn't matter. I've done this for a long time. They're asking you to take.
But you
your
can
hand-
see that I don't have
can't
any
see.
weapons.
I can't.
Yes,
see.
you can.
No, I can't.
Yes, you can.
No,
Does
I
that
don't.
look like? Does that
Just
look?
show me your hand. Then.
But no. But it's a power
I'm not going to
thing.
entertain that.
It's a
part of it.
power thing. It's a
not
power
thing.
thing.
I'm asking to see your hands the way you can see.
And you can see what's in my
No, I
pocket.
can't.
You can.
I'm not asking to see what's in your pocket. I'm asking to see your hand.
So if I took my hand out of my
There you go.
pocket and
So
then I
now-
put my hand back in my
Well, If
pocket,
you want to put it back in your pocket,
That makes no
tap
sense.
the outside of your pocket to make sure there's nothing in there. So do you want to take your hand out of your pocket, or would you like me to pat
I would
you
like.
so
I don't.
we
I
can
don't
talk?
consent to any searches and seizures. I
I'm
would
I'm
like
not
to speak to
searching your
you.
seizure. I'm not taking anything from you. I'm going to make sure I'm safe. They're safe. and we're all
Everybody's safe. What is wrong with you? Everybody is
There isn't anything
safe.
wrong with me. You asked to talk to me.
Yeah, and
so
I'm
now I'm here to
and
talk
I'm here
to
to
you.
complain. Excuse me. Let me speak, please.
Complain. I'm not
here.
gonna,
I'm here
not
to
gonna
issue a
listen till
complaint.
I see your hand out of your pocket.
I'm here to issue a
I'm not
complaint for
listening
the
that
same
until
exact
you take your
thing.
hand out of your pocket.
Let me speak to your
No,
supervisor.
I am my supervisor.
No, you're
I'm
not.
the road supervisor.
No, you're not. There's
Yes, you
there's a
are.
lieutenant above you.
No, he's on the desk. He's not on the road. So if you want to go inside, we can go speak to him.
You are giving off a horrible example for your police
I'm not
department
giving a hard.
because my hand is in my
Your hand out
pocket.
here so I know everybody's safe. I don't.
Everyone
you
is
don't know
safe.
me.
I don't know you, but yeah, you have a gun. He has a gun. He has a
Nothing to do
weapon.
with it. My
Okay.
hand's not near my gun. So all I'm asking
It
you
doesn't
to
matter.
take so I can
I don't
talk
have
to
a
you.
weapon. It doesn't matter. So you should be able to call people. You should be able to talk to people
I'm trying
that
to
have
talk
their
to
hand in
you.
their pocket.
No, that's not in one side. If you want me to pat it and then I can be sure there's
No,
nothing in
I
your
don't
pocket.
consent.
Okay, well, but then I'm not going to speak to you till I know what's going on. So what's the deal with? Is he here for any testing?
We don't know.
Okay.
He's just walking around recording. I even asked him if he knows, so,
Okay.
Can I get your name and badge number, please?
Sure, Sergeant Dayon.
My name is
DAYON 1138.
Sergeant Dayon. My name is Sean. I'm an independent journalist. I'm working
Okay.
on a story here at the Motor Vehicle Commission.
For what? You have their permission to be here? Did you
I
tell
don't
them
need
there's
their
a supervisor?
I don't need their permission to be here. This is
Well,
public property.
It's not public property in that sense.
It is
it's
public
not.
property.
It's public property if you're here to conduct business.
No, it's
if
public-
not, they can tell people they don't want to service them or they can't be on
No,
the property.
they can't do that.
Yes, they can.
They can't do that.
Yes,
You're
they
wrong.
can.
I've spoken to the
Okay.
motor vehicle
Well,
commission.
we're going to go speak to their supervisor since
They're
they're on their way. We'll find out. If they don't want you on the property, you can go film from off their property.
This is public property,
It's not
sir.
public property.
It is
in
public
that sense.
property.
It's public so everybody can come
This
here
is
and go
owned-
to DMV.
Government property is public
Not in that
property.
manner, the way you're
Yes, it
using They
is.
don't want you.
Government
If
property
if
is
they're-
public
if you're
property.
making them uncomfortable and they don't want you here.
So you can kick me out of your
stand
police
there.
station?
Can I?
Yeah,
if
can
I
you?
have to, or if there's a problem.
If I'm recording.
Recording what?
If
You
I'm
can sit
recording
there and
inside,
record.
okay then, so I can sit
But
here
I'm
and
not. This is
record.
that. But that's my department.
It's
That's
not your
my
department, it's the
homepage.
people's
If
department.
they are saying they don't want you on the property,
It's
that's
the-
going to be their decision to sign
That
complaints
would
against
be-
you and do that.
yeah.
That's fine. I mean, that's
Yeah.
where we'll take it since you don't want to.
And you'll be violating my rights, and then I'm gonna hold you accountable. I
That's
promise you
fine.
that.
Okay, well,
I will hold the motor vehicle commission accountable.
Hold whoever you want. but
Why are
if
your
you're
officers so
saying-
scared? Why do
I'm
they?
not scared of
No, but
anything.
why does your officers come up to me and say, "Get your hand out of your pocket, get your hand
Because they
out,"
don't
and then
want
try
you
and
to
go
work
into my pocket?
because
She
they-
attempted to go inside of my pocket.
But did she
I had to
have
back away from her.
But nobody went in your pocket.
Wait from you, sir, because that was, I didn't know what you had in your
Sir,
pocket.
sir.
You should listen. You should really get another job if you're gonna be so scared.
We're not gonna.
If you're gonna be so scared, you should get. If you're gonna be so scared, you should get another job, man. Maybe work at a bank or something.
Where's the supervisor that runs this so we can decide whether they want him here or not?
Yeah, whether you're gonna get a lawsuit or not.
That's
Because you don't care, because you're not gonna pay
It's
it.
not about that. If they're telling you
How
they
long
don't
have you been?
want
How
on
long
your
have you been a law
property,
enforcement officer that you're scared?
I'm not scared of anything.
You're scared of me and my
I'm
hands in my
letting you
pocket.
know. I am scared because
Why?
people have things in their pockets
Oh my
sometimes that are
God,
not
ridiculous,
And then
ridiculous.
the most people that don't, they
Yep.
say, "Sure, check my
You ever-
pocket," and we move on.
In all the years you've ever been a law enforcement
I-
officer, have you ever seen someone commit a crime and while they're filming?
Yes.
Oh my God,
Absolutely.
ridiculous. You're
People
lying.
have phones, they film everything. You're asking me a question.
But you're lying.
I have
You've
seen
never
people
seen people-
film things, and what they're doing is a crime, and they get charged later or charged during it, and sometimes it's used for evidence. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh yes, I've seen those too. They're called law enforcement officers body cameras. That's what they're called.
You're asking me.
You're right. Law enforcement officers body cameras is the one that films.
So she went to go get him. Sir, you have the ID on you?
I didn't commit a crime, so I won't be handing that over today.
Okay, what is your name, sir?
I told the sergeant my first name's Sean.
Can you tell me your last name? Because I gave you my last name for my
Oh no! I just don't give out any private information unless I've been suspected of committing a crime. I just.
Nobody said you committed a crime.
I know
What
that.
they said you is if they
I know
mean
that.
they don't want you on the property any longer, or you're causing a disturbance to the business and what they're doing, you're going to have to go. That's what we said. We never said you were committing a crime. Is this your car, hon? All right, we'll move so you can get your car.
Well, you asked for ID, so I just wanted to make sure if I was committing a crime, because I don't hand over ID unless I'm committing a
So
crime.
you're gonna get run over by a car?
I'm not scared like you, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Alright.
When we gonna be on YouTube?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Oh, okay. You gotta edit it first, right?
Not this part. Not this part.
No, you don't? You don't have to edit it?
All the parts of me walking around not doing anything, but the parts of you guys acting this way, that's gonna
Acting
be
what way?
scared of,
What's going
scared of.
Okay. Yeah, let me go talk.
Yeah, make sure you speak to the boss of. Make sure you speak to the boss of the entire motor vehicle commission, so that way they don't make any errors.
What's the name of your group?
You'll figure all that out. Cop haters,
Is that
no.
what it's called?
I train police departments.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Oh, cool. Where at?
police departments come onto my
Where you
channel
training
at their police department.
Yeah?
I'll send you the
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
You got an email? I'll send you the video.
Name something?
Oh yeah, sure I can, but I can send you the video of
Oh,
me
yeah,
training
yeah.
police. I can send you the video of me working.
No, was
I work
asking
with the
what
police.
department?
I just don't work with tyrants and people who are scared. Yeah, and people who are scared and try and bully
Like, you
people.
like to bully people.
No. Man, you came up to me and told me to take my hand out of my pocket. That's you bullying
I
me.
think you're bullying all of us.
No, you came up to me and told me to take my hand out of my
Don't worry,
pocket.
that part will be
It takes
edited
a
out.
certain
No,
person to
this whole interaction between you guys, ma'am, you got out of your car and tried to act super aggressive. I don't know if you're overcompensating because you're, I don't know what you're doing. No, they're not. No one's scared. No one's scared of my actions. No one's scared of my actions. You're here to protect and serve the public, correct?
Yeah, I'm serving and protecting them from you.
From me, from a
We're
camera.
afraid of you.
Ma'am, you're afraid of me? Are you afraid of me, ma'am?
Was afraid of you.
You're afraid of me?
That's what
Oh,
we did,
wow.
sir. I didn't come here
Yeah.
on my own merit.
Yeah.
I came here because we were called here.
You
because the
came here.
public is scared.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Of you.
No one's scared of me. Ma'am,
Okay.
you came here for a call, right? I'm here exercising a constitutionally protected
Okay, that's
activity.
fine.
That's your job to
But
uphold
it's-
that.
But it's not
That's your job to uphold
harass
that.
us.
I'm not
You're
harassing
arguing
you.
with me.
I think your logic is flawed. You came up to me and said, "Get your hand out of your pocket." The video will speak for itself.
Okay.
The video will speak
Okay.
for itself. You came up to me and said, "Get your hand out of your pocket." I didn't say,
Okay, sir.
"Ma'am, take that gun off your holster," did I?
Okay, sir.
For my safety, take that gun off your holster immediately, right? I didn't say that.
Take the gun off.
Because that would be what? Escalating. And we need to de-escalate the situation, not escalate it.
Gotcha.
Here you go.
Man with his hand in his pocket. I'm scared.
Yes.
Ma'am, take your hand out your pockets, please. Take your hands out your pockets. It's a safety concern for me. See how ridiculous it sounds?
Okay, sir.
Gotcha. The sergeant is speaking with the supervisor of the Motor Vehicle Commission. Hopefully they don't make a big mistake here.
Get their heads.
Officer, what's so wrong with someone taking pictures and video in public? What's wrong about that? What's scary about it?
Well, apparently, I guess you went inside the building and you recorded me?
Oh yeah, I've done it before. I've done it before in New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission. And law enforcement came out and they got educated and everybody, we learned that this is a constitutionally protected activity and we went about our day. And it wasn't a big deal. There's nothing wrong with taking pictures in public. It's called holding government accountable, exercising a First Amendment
What's the
right.
name of your group?
No,
What's the name of your
no.
group?
I don't have a group. I'm by myself. I'm not part of a group.
No, but you say you're a journalist. I
Yeah,
mean, what,
I'm independent.
You're going to publish this under what?
Independent.
It's
That
independent?
means I work for myself. Correct, sir. Yeah. There's various sources where I publish. Various sources. I don't think it's a big deal to, you should respect my rights, right? You guys took oaths, right? When you finished your academy, you put your hand like this, or you put it on the Bible, right? And you took an oath to uphold the United States Constitution from both enemies, foreign and domestic, right? You took an oath. I take that seriously. I didn't take one, but I take it very seriously. We, the people, deserve to exercise our rights peacefully. I wasn't being disrespectful to anyone here until someone came up to me and started, screaming for me to take my hand out of my pocket in an attempt to go in my pocket. But other than that, you did. It's on camera. It's fine. That's why cameras are amazing. I'm not. You're a tyrant. You're not a bully. You're a tyrant, officer. You're a tyrant. I came here to expose you. You've been exposed, Officer Maloney.
Okay.
And my job is complete now. You've been exposed as a tyrant. I should pull all your body camera footages and post them all over and see what we can find.
Go ahead, sir.
Because I have a real bad feeling that you're a tyrant. You've done this before. You violated people's rights before, I guarantee you.
She's a capital B. I.
Okay. I'll go to your department right after this and request all your body camera footage.
Got it, sir.
I'll review it for we the people.
Okay, sir.
Supposed to treat the public with respect, courtesy, respect.
They don't know the definition.
You're not supposed to
of it,
treat the
Sean.
public the way you are. Sorry guys, so the supervisor has come back.
Can you do me a favor? I'm over here talking to my partner.
I understand.
You can't interrupt my conversation.
I don't want to interrupt your
Step
conversation.
away from me. You want to film over there, film me. But don't get any closer to me. I'm speaking to my partner. It has nothing to do with you right now.
Everything that
It
you're
has
talking
nothing
about,
to do with you right
everything
now.
that you're talking about in
Step over
public
there.
is
Do
my
not get
business.
closer to me. Thank you.
Everything that you're talking about is my business,
Don't
sir.
get closer to me.
So this is public property, like I told you before. If you want to have a private conversation, I suggest you go.
They act like
I suggest you go in private and have that conversation, sir.
Hold on. I don't know about your 10 followers or whatever you have on your line, but You don't have any business in my conversation.
You're a tyrant, sir. And like I said, if you have a conversation you would like to have,
Your tens and tens of followers.
my tens and tens of followers.
Go in, get her information. I spoke to her. She doesn't have a separate complaint. Okay. So the supervisor said if he wants to roam around and do his thing, he can do his thing. Okay. That he hasn't done anything beyond what their spectrum is. So we're done. So get her information. All right. We're done.
Well, they do have a sign that says you can't record, but it's an unconstitutional sign. Very unprofessional, Sergeant. I'll be issuing a formal complaint against you and your officer, and Officer Maloney.
Baloney.
I will be. And the
Baloney,
people will hold
baloney,
you accountable.
baloney,
I promise you that. The tens and tens of followers and subscribers.
It's a pleasure to serve you.
The pleasure.
I love you.
You just gotta be less scared. Not everybody wants to hurt you, officer. Way to represent Rahway Police Department. Way to represent. The people will see it, and they're gonna hold you accountable. Yeah. My tens. You're not gonna be that famous. I only have tens of followers. According to the sergeant. Take care, Sergeant. You'll be hearing from me soon. We're definitely filing a formal complaint against this sergeant and this officer here. They don't know the difference between public and private property. They don't know about our constitutional rights. It's sad. Completely sad. We're gonna wait for them to do their walk of shame, because they were definitely shameful here today, and then we're gonna be getting out of here. I'm glad you got educated today, Sergeant. Hopefully they do something when I file that complaint against you, so you can treat the public better. Another walk of shame here. You love to see it. I respect and appreciate good law enforcement officers who honor their oath to uphold the United States Constitution. These tyrants, ignorant tyrants here, bad attitudes, and we will be filing formal complaints against them. That's for sure. Without a doubt. They're getting out of here, so we're going to be getting out of here. Alright guys, so we're just getting out of the Motor Vehicle Commission here in Rahway, New Jersey. So from the start we were dealing with some extremely ignorant public servants and security guards who did not understand our constitutional rights, tried to enforce an unconstitutional sign and policy. We have a right to record on public property and record the government in the course of their duty. Public officials in the course of their duty. What is so hard for the government to understand about that? We, the people, are striving for transparency and accountability within our government. When we wouldn't bow down to the security guards' orders, unconstitutional orders, that's when they called Rahway Police Department, and instead of de-escalating things and being knowledgeable about our rights, Rahway Police Department escalated the situation. Complete opposite of what their job is. They escalated the situation and they attempted to violate our constitutional rights. The all-female officer who arrived on the scene told me to take my hand out of my pocket. It is very windy here, it's very cold today, and I have my hand in my pocket. There's nothing illegal or wrong about that because she was scared. If you're scared with a man who has his hand in his pocket recording, then you need to look for a different line of work, that's for sure. Because you can't be scared of everybody who has their hands in their pocket. And I know where she learned that bad behavior from too, because the sergeant did the same exact thing. Take your hand out of your pocket or I'm not going to talk to you. I don't want to talk to any law enforcement officer. They came here because of ignorant public servants who didn't know about our rights. But this is why I do what I do, to educate and to expose tyrants like that female officer and the sergeant. The way they treated the public was unacceptable, and I will be filing formal complaints against them for sure. Stay tuned for further updates on that. But everyone got an education here. The Rahway Police Department didn't even understand the difference between public and private property. They thought state property is private property. How ignorant. These are law enforcement officers that we entrust with authority to enforce the law and to protect our rights and they don't know the simple difference between public and private. They don't know what the First Amendment is. They don't respect the public exercising their rights. The sergeant, you and your tens of followers. I could have told him that we have hundreds of thousands of followers across all platforms, but I'm not going to be petty like him. He'll see that. We the people are strong, and that's what they need to understand. That is exactly what they need to understand. They got educated today, and I hope they're held accountable. We will do the best to hold them accountable. We will file formal complaints. Stay tuned for that. As always, guys, let me know what you think about this one in the comment section below. Stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next video. Long Island Audit. Peace.
As I said before, you know, these this police officer lady right there. I mean, I knew that this lady. I've had dealings with female cops like that. Because I mean, she's short in stature, and she had to, I guess, compensate and kind of try to throw out her little authority. So tries to intimidate. You know, and that's the way, you know, that's the way these cops try to do. They say, take your hands out of your pocket, you know, and all that. And they're very thin-skinned when you deal with police like that. They're very thin-skinned. They don't have a sense of humor. You can't be 10 foot from me. You got to be 10 feet away from these people, because, like I said, I don't know where they learned how to deal with people, how to deal with human beings. At the police academy, I don't know where they absolutely don't have no sense of humor. They've never learned human relations at all. They just like, sir, ma'am, and all this other shit, you know. And they just don't know. They just don't know how to deal with the public. I remember one time back years ago, the cops they I don't know if they pulled me over, but they were asking me all kinds of questions, and they wanted to search my vehicle, and I said no. I said you have to have a search warrant. They handcuffed me. I didn't go to jail. I wasn't going to let them search my vehicle. And then I stared at the police officer in the eyes, and he said, "Why are you looking at me in the eyes?" He didn't like the fact that I was looking at him in the eyes, you know, and it kind of scared him. And I didn't have my hands in my pocket or anything like that, but I was made eye contact with him. I did a stare down with him, you know, and it basically my eyes were saying, you know, I'm not afraid of you. And he was scared. He was definitely scared of me, I think, or intimidated by me, because you got to turn it around when you're dealing with a dickhead cop. And you got to remember, I'm not talking about good cops here. I'm talking about dickhead cops, because there is some dickhead cops out there. When you're dealing with an aggressive dickhead cop, you have to put it back on him. You got to let him know you're not intimidated by him. Or you have to do circles around them, or act like, you know, make them look like they're idiots or stupid, like Sean right here is doing. You know, I'm proud of Sean for what he's done, and making them look stupid. And he's been doing this for some time. I've never filmed at the police department, or never done things like he's done. It takes a lot of guts and a big set of balls to do this. Because I know for a fact, if he would have asked me, and I've dealt with police a long time, if he would have asked me and say, "Hey, Mark, I'm starting up a YouTube channel," and he's got a lot of followers and everything, and I'll tell you why he's got a lot of followers, because people want to see people want to see the reaction of the police, and how they deal with the public, because they know that the police can be sometimes dicks when they're dealing with the people, and they know the police are extremely paranoid, you know, and that's I think that's one of the biggest reasons he's got a lot of followers. and I'm a subscriber because I like to see what situations he gets into. He's been arrested several times. People have come out and supported him. I support him. And like I said, I'd like to see him do a First Amendment audit at the Alcoa Police Department, because I know for a fact they're dicks at the Alcoa Police Department, and they don't like it. You know, they don't like it when you have cameras anywhere near them. They get paranoid and everything, and they just, you know, they make up things as they go along, and they don't care about the Constitution at all, you know, and it's really scary. And I can't be around police. I stay the hell away from the police, and I go out of my way to avoid the police, you know. If I see a patrol guard down the road, I'll take a turn and go inside a business and wait till them goes around, because I know, and they've screwed with me before, and they just like to screw with people. A lot of these cops, and they got some power trip, but to go out and film and do this, I would have told Sean, I said, yeah, we have a right, constitutional First Amendment right, to film in public, police departments or wherever it may be. But just keep in mind, if anytime the police gets involved, they're going to try to come up your ass, and they'll be up your ass all the time, because it's just, they can't help it. That's just the way they are. And you can't reason with them. There's no way you can't. And you know, a lot of these cops you can't reason with. You can't talk to them. They're stubborn. They're set in their ways, and that's just the way they are. I don't know if they been dropped on their head when they were a baby, or what the hell's happened to them to make them that way. That's just the way they are, and there's nothing you can do to change them, you know, with cops like this. But what I do is I just stay the hell away from them and tell them to stay the hell away from me. I don't break any laws, and you know, with cops like this, the only thing I would say, if you're a cop like that, and I'll stay the hell away from you, you stay the hell away from me if you're a cop like this. And I've had lots of dealings with cops like this. There is some good cops out there. There is some good cops out there. But if you're a dickhead like this, and you're a cop, stay the hell away from me, okay? Because I've learned that that you have to be on guard with everybody, and you got to have your head on a swivel, and you got to be careful when you're dealing with the cops, because sometimes you're going to deal with the wrong cop at the wrong time, and they're going to be dicks, and sometimes they might be right, and sometimes they may be wrong. And I've seen a 50-50 thing on the cops, but the cops need to change their ways, how they deal with the public, you know. And there's a lot of police departments who've shut down, and you know, they've dealt with, you know, certain people in certain cities they've had to shut down. And I don't know if it's a combination of some places they don't want the police. I don't know if it's either because the police have stepped over the line. I don't know what the problem is. A lot of it's, you know, back and forth. And if they behave like this or worse, I can see where people would say defund the police when they start acting like this. Myself, I like to police myself. I do my own law enforcement. You know, I defend myself if I have to. You know, I'm not going to call the police and say, "Oh, come out here." No, I do my own thing. I'll do what I want to when I want to, and I don't break the law. And it'd be hard to convince me to call the police on every situation, because they love it. They love it when people call them, and they get some power trip. And they say, well, why? A lot of times they don't like it when you call them, and sometimes they'll say, well, how come you didn't call us? I said, don't be afraid to call us. Well, if you didn't act the way you act, people wouldn't be afraid to call you. Stop acting like assholes. That's the bottom line. That's the message of this whole thing. Stop acting like a dickhead. Treat the public better than you are. And you wouldn't have scenarios like this. Because Sean has a right and everybody else has a right to film the public. And what it is karma is a bitch. Because all the years you've been mistreating the public. And now you got some people, and then this, I've not seen this. This hasn't been going on for a long time. Where people go up, where the cops and filming them and stuff, and get up, and they're up their ass and stuff. I've not seen this. This has been going on the last 2-3 years or so. That people have started doing this, and the cops hate it. They don't like it when people film them and show how stupid they are. That's the reason they don't like it when people are filming them, because they'll show how stupid they are, and they don't want the public to know it. Oh, they'll film. They like to film themselves, but they don't like it when people are filming them, because it just shows how stupid they are.